Hi guys, what's up? It's for Titanium Tick here, and I haven't made a video in a while, so I decided, let's do an Intel Coffee Lake completely overclockable sort of build, including an M.2 SSD, um, the i3 8350K, 8 GB of RAM, and a GTX 1060, all for 800 British pounds. Um, so yeah, the main sort of themes, I guess, of this build are overclockability and also like getting the most out of your money. Because at the moment, I think that an i5 8400, although it is like, I think it's around £50 more at the moment, £50–60 more, it isn't overclockable, and the only boards on the market are Z370, which are overclockable motherboards. So I feel like it is sort of like it's better to just wait. I will do a non-overclockable build when the boards do come out, so subscribe for that. Should be coming whenever those boards come out, but we have got a Hyper 212, so we should be able to get some modest overclocks on this system. So yeah, you know the drill. Let's jump straight into this build. Let's start with the processors. We've got the Intel 8th Gen 8350K. Yeah, it's a little bit overpriced, I'd say, at the moment, but it's in stock, so it's one of the only 8th gen CPUs which is in stock at the moment. It's a quad core and it's overclockable, which is what we need. I'm not sure if it does come with this cooler, but we've got a Hyper 212 up top anyway. Yeah, not much else to say. It'd be great for this sort of price range, and also it's not that expensive that if you need to upgrade next year, or if you want to upgrade next year, then you're not throwing away too much. Okay, next we've got Corsair Vengeance LPX, 8 GB, 2666. Also, not much else to say about that. Some solid RAM, um, great build quality, and isn't isn't like gonna, I guess, break. I don't know. There's not much else to say about RAM. It's 8 GB. There is slots on the motherboard for 16 if you want to upgrade in the future. So yeah, on to the next part. 450 watt power supply should be more than enough juice for this build. Also Corsair. I've never had any problems with Corsair power supplies. Um, yeah, reliable. I've used two of these before in builds for family members, including my mum's PC build, which is on the channel right now if you want to go and check that out. Yeah, it got me going over the parts for like the first 3 minutes, then the time lapse, and then me signing off after that. So yeah, that was quite a good build, really quite power efficient as well, 80 plus, and great price. Next up, we've got an M.2 SSD, 250 GB. Should be enough for a couple of your well, more than a couple of your favourite games. You know, 3–4 of your favourite games, your operating system, and then a bit more. And then we've got a 1 TB hard drive for most of your other games. So yeah, really good prices on these two. I was actually surprised. I think it's only like a couple quid extra to go M.2 over a regular SSD, which I think is pretty insane. Also, we are going for like a quite a bland colour scheme, like a blacked out colour scheme, so that you know it's not all that RGB shite. You know, we've got a black case. I mean, I couldn't find a nice blacked out CPU cooler. But yeah, motherboard, graphics card, RAM, M.2 SSD even's got a little bit of blue on it, but even still. Right, next case, we have got the Bitfinex Nova or Novo with a window. I do rate this case. It will be able to fit all the components. Comes with a fan. It's got a good I/O. I've used Bitfinex cases in the past. In fact, the case I've got right now is a Bitfinex case, and yeah, you'll be able to house all of our components. Got a nice colour scheme, quite good airflow, and a window to be able to see all the components inside. Okay. Next up, we've got the Hyper 212 Evo. Great price. There's a reason this is one of the most bought CPU coolers on Amazon. I'm pretty sure it is one of pretty much the most bought, because you should be able to get a solid overclock on the i3. I'm not going to do any specific numbers because each CPU is different. You're able to get a solid mid-range overclock for not that much, and yeah, 120mm fan on it, 4 copper heat pipes, and yeah, not much else to say about this. It'll fit in the case, it'll do its job, and yeah. Next up, got the graphics card, GTX 1060 3GB edition by Gigabyte. So sticking with that overclocking sort of theme, we've got a 2 fan design, so we'll be able to get quite a lot of cold air onto that PCB and cool down the graphics card. Maybe get a solid overclock. It's pre-overclocked out the factory, but should be able to get an even better overclock on top of the one you've got. By Gigabyte, I've used 3 Gigabyte cards in the past, including 2 in my system. When I got an upgrade, I went to Gigabyte again, and not had a single problem with them ever. The overclocking software is really simple and easy to understand, and you should be able to get a really solid overclock on that. Or even if you wanted to go for a silent sort of theme, which you definitely could do with this build, you can put the graphics card into silent mode, where a little bit of performance is lost, but the fans spin very slowly, and or not at all. Sometimes these fans can spin not at all. This was the exact graphics card which I've had for a good year or so before I upgraded. Next, we have got the Asus Z370 Prime P ATX motherboard. ATX will fit in this case, and we've also got the M.2 slots for the M.2 SSD. We've got a great connection. Solid sort of overclocking board. Should be able to get a decent overclock on it. Yeah, there's not much else to say. It's going to do the job and do it well. So yeah, it's quite a nice coloured motherboard. We've got a black with some grey and silver accents on it. Will fit the colour scheme of this build really nicely. So yeah. And then last but definitely not least, we've got a silent 120mm fan. Try and get some of that air in through the front and get enough air in for some solid overclocks. Yeah, you could, once again, going with that, you could go the silent sort of silent build, not silent but a quiet build. You've got a quiet fan. You can put this into silent mode, and you've got yourself quite a quiet, high-performing PC there, which should be able to do all the things that you need it to, including 1080p, high ultra settings, games definitely, and also you've got quite a lot of upgradability in the future if you want that. For example, 16GB, easy to do. If you want another SSD, there's another M.2 slot. If you want the next CPU, the next year's CPU, 9th gen, then the motherboard will support that. You know, there's 450 watts. You've got a lot to go. You could probably get a solid use out of that power supply. So yeah, if you want to play 1080p high settings and you want to invest into the 8th generation Coffee Lake Intel CPUs, then this is the build which I'm recommending at the moment. The i5 8600K is just super overpriced or out of stock everywhere. Same with the i7K i7K processor. But the i3, although I would like it to be a bit lower, it's still doable and it's overclockable. So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video, then please remember to leave a like a comment, and please do subscribe if you want to see more build videos like this. Yeah, it would really help out a lot if you do subscribe. Of course, the price, as you can see, is 850 pence, so 47p over, but really solid build for the price, definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna do a Ryzen 5 1600 build to go against this almost, in like the cores versus, I don't know, performance, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you can overclock Ryzen's out of the box. You don't need a K or a premium price to overclock Ryzen. So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.